We can find the equation of a line if we know the slope of the line and the y-intercept for the line. So our first problem says find the equation of the line with a slope of m equal 3/2 and a y-intercept of b equal -1. Well, you know from your reading in the book that the slope-intercept form of the equation of a line looks like this. Y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line and b is the y-intercept. So if I know the slope and I know the y-intercept, then I know the equation. In this case, I have m is equal to 3/2, so I substitute in 3/2 for m. There's my variable x, plus my y-intercept of -1. I can simplify that further into just 3/2 x minus 1. There's the equation of that line, and it's just that easy to find. If I know the slope and I know the y-intercept, then the equation is y equal the slope times x plus the y-intercept. So y equals m times x plus b. Likewise, I could solve a problem like this. Find the slope and the y-intercept for 4x minus 5y is equal to 20. Well, I know that my slope-intercept form looks like this. Y equal mx times or plus b. So if my equation is in this form, I'm looking at the slope, it's in front of x, and I'm looking at the y-intercept. So I'll simply take this equation and solve it for y. I'll start by adding -4x to both sides. Now I'll multiply both sides by -1/5. -1/5 times this whole quantity, -4x plus 20. It's important that we have the parentheses there. -1/5 times -5 is 1 times y is just y. -1/5 times -4x is positive 4/5 x. And then -1/5 times positive 20 is simply -4. So if I solve this equation right here for y, I end up with y equal 4/5 x minus 4. That tells me that the slope m is equal to 4/5, and the y-intercept b is equal to -4. So if I have the slope and the y-intercept, I have the equation. Likewise, if I have the equation, I have the slope and the y-intercept. Two different forms of really the same problem. Let's look at our next one. Find the equation of the line that goes through -2, -5 that has a slope of m equal 2. Well, again, you know from your reading in the book that the point slope form of the equation of a line is y minus y1 is equal to m times the quantity x minus x1, where x1, y1 are the coordinates of some point on the line and m is the slope of the line. So here in this case, here's my point slope form of the equation of a line. This is the point x1, y1, and this is the slope m. So I'll simply substitute -5 for y1, -2 for x1, and 2 for m in this equation and come up with y minus -5 is equal to 2 times x minus -2. So there's x1, y1, and m. This comes out to be y plus 5 is equal to 2 times x plus 2. So I end up with y plus 5 is equal to 2x plus 4 when I multiply this out. Now I'll just add -5 to both sides. Y is equal to 2x minus 1 when I add -5 to both sides. So there's the equation of this line. I put the line in slope-intercept form. I can find the equation of a line if I'm given a point on the line and the slope of the line by using this point-slope form of the equation of a line.